Well, hello from Tenby. But why am I here? And why did it take me nearly 3.5 hours to get here? Let's go back to 8 AM this morning to find out. Well, hello and welcome from a very glamorous Pyle train station in South Wales. Well, they call it a train station. Well, basically, it's just a platform in the middle of a housing estate. But it's more than Porthcawl's got. As you just saw, the intercity trains don't stop in Pyle. Only the little local services, they go about 20 miles an hour do. This is the sort of thing that stops in Pyle. Two carriages. That train actually goes all the way up to Manchester. Don't know how long it takes, probably all day. Well, last week, myself and Mel finished the chip shop reviews of Porthcawl, the 9 chippies around the town. So today I've decided to venture out to Porthcawl and try some chips in other Welsh seaside towns. And as my favourite place in Wales is Tenby, that's where I'm heading. But instead of taking the car, I'm taking the train. Hopefully we'll get some nice views of the countryside as we head towards Pembrokeshire and West Wales. The only problem is the drive. It's about 70 miles and the drive takes about an hour and a quarter to an hour and a half. But this train service is quite unreliable and it's going to take me about 3.5 hours. Fingers crossed. But there should be some nice chips waiting for us when we get there. Anyway, so far the train is on time. Here it comes. Hey, it's quite busy. This is the joys of public transport. Listen to that behind there. So I've got to Swansea. The really annoying person playing music over their phone at the end of the carriage has got off. But it's public transport, isn't it? Who's going to get on now? It does look quiet, so...
be arriving at that last please. Thank you. Arriving at Seaside. Please mind the large step between the train and the platform edge when leaving the train. Thank you very much.
Well, it's 10 o'clock and I've just arrived in Carmarthen. I've got 55 minutes here before I catch the train to Tenby. The only thing is, looking at the boards, they've got the 10:30 train back to Swansea, then another train at 11 o'clock for Manchester. But they haven't got the 10:55. So, I'm going to check. I don't want to be stuck in Carmarthen. No offence if you're from Carmarthen. I just found out the board only shows trains on that platform, and I'm on platform 2, which is across the tracks. Refreshment time. A cup of coffee in a... bollocks. A cup of coffee, which went down my leg, and a Twix. When you do visit Wales, you'll notice all the road signs are in Welsh and English, but also when you travel on public transport, all the announcements are bilingual as well. Welsh first, then English. Have a listen.
Y tren sy'n nesaf at platfform 1 yw gwasanaeth hanner awr wedi 10 o'r gloch Trafnidiaeth Cymru I Abertawe, yn galw Penbre a Ffordd Tywyn, Llanelli, Tregwyl ac Abertawe. Platfform 1 am y gwasanaeth hanner awr wedi 10 o'r gloch Trafnidiaeth Cymru.
Just a little moan. It's been quite a long time since I've travelled on a train, but when I first got on, there's some weirdo playing music really loud at the end of the carriage over their phone. Strange person. Then when they got off, it got quiet, as you probably saw, but the bloke opposite me was one of those sniffers, one of the groggers, you know. Every 10 seconds. Anyway, that's my moan over. Sun's out. Onwards to Tenby.
Os oes gennych bram neu gadair olwyn, sicrhewch eich bod chi'n defnyddio brêc pan yn llonydd.
So I've made it to Tenby. But I've only got 2 hours before I have to get the train all the way back. It took so long. Another 3.5 hour journey. But anyway, what is it with people and noise on a train? On the last leg then, from Carmarthen to Tenby, there were 2 girls who had the loudest voices. They were nice and everything, but they just assumed the whole carriage wanted to know their business. But anyway, enough of that. Quick look around Tenby, get some food, get some chips, then back on the train, back. And this time, we change at Swansea on the way back. Well, it's a bit bracing in Tenby at the moment, and it's busier than I expected, although the kids have gone back to school. But I've just found out it's the Wales Ironman weekend on Sunday. They're probably doing it when this video goes live. I should enter. Actually, my brother did when he was 60. Lunatic. Saying that, I just got tired walking up the hill. So on Sunday, this is where the Ironman starts. In this bay here, North Beach. The swim is normally out there. But I've got more important things to get on with. In particular, getting some chips. God, it's windy. So for the chips, I think I'll use my mobile phone. It's more discreet. I'm going to go undercover. Right, I'm now on the phone camera, and I'm going to get these chips because I think it's going to start raining pretty soon. I think I'll try that one. Fish and chips, Fecci and Sons. It doesn't look too expensive. $5.75 for cod. Chips $2.50. What sauces? Curry sauce, gravy. So I went for something quite basic. Sausage and chips. Mel's not with me, and the cod is her department, and so is the tomato sauce actually. Well, that came to £3.70, quite reasonable. So, but look at those skies. Right, I've picked the windiest spot in Tenby for my fish and chips. There they are, chips by the seaside. Look okay. Again, they could do with more salt and vinegar. Very nice. Could do with more salt and vinegar. Hot. Very hot. The bloke in the chip shop thought I was from the BBC. The British Border chips. I don't know if you can hear the seagulls, but they've spotted the chips. Good. Chips by the seaside on a cloudy, windswept afternoon in Tenby. Perfect. You know you're alive. Sausage. I would have gone for a battered sausage, but they only did those in jumbo. Bit much for lunch. So for Tenby locals and people that come here often, what's your favourite chip shop in Tenby? There's not that many by the looks of it. There's only a couple in town. Anyway, my chip packet's blown away. I think I'm going to get it. A fair portion. £3.70 for chips and sausage. Not too bad if you've got a family, really. Well, that little bird likes the chips. He's tucking in. I'm going to give these a 7.5 out of 10. But without Mel and her judgment on the fish, I can't give it a proper score. But we have to come down again and try it properly. I'm going to rush these now because I can feel rain. Oh my God, I can see a wall of rain coming. I finished just in time. So I'm off to find shelter now. While I shelter here, let's go back to Castle Hill. So that was my trip to Tenby. Brief, but enjoyable. Unfortunately, I've got a 3.5 hour trip back now. I should have thought this through. Anyway, more videos coming up next. Myself and Mel, and we'll see you in one of those. Bye.